Good evening, you're now with me, Handy Gui for TVS Nightline, and here are the headlines for tonight. Sarawak's advancement in green economy, highlighted by its hydrogen economy roadmap, have garnered global attention. Malaysia saw a record 58.6 million domestic visitors in first quarter of 2024, a 19% increase from last year and a 6.5% rise from the fourth quarter of 2023. A fire at Bangkok's weekend market devastated 1,300 square meters, claiming over 1,000 animal lives and destroying more than 100 shops. Authorities reported that a fire devastated approximately 1,300 square meters of the CHATUCHAK weekend market in Bangkok, claiming the lives of over 1,000 animals. The early Tuesday blaze swept through more than 100 shops, resulting in the loss of a wide range of exotic pets and reptiles, including dogs, cats, birds, snakes, spiders, and Siamese fighting fish. According to local authority, some 118 shops were burned down, and an initial inspection suggests that the fire was caused by an electrical fault. Firefighters and rescue workers on Tuesday sifted through carcasses, mangled cages, blackened walls, and collapsed metal shop roofs. According to an unnamed witness, a medic treated a chicken near the smoldering ruins of one row of shops. The CHATUCHAK market is best known for its packed shops for fashion, accessories, and exotic animals, attracting thousands of visitors each weekend. The market is a top tourist draw, but also a popular shopping destination for locals. The number of domestic visitors in Malaysia surged to a record 58.6 million in the first quarter of 2024, marking a 19.0% increase compared to the same quarter last year. Chief Statistician Dr. Muhammad Uzair Mahidin announced today that on a quarter-on-quarter basis, domestic visitors increased by 6.5% compared to the fourth quarter of 2023.
Data shows that domestic tourism expenditure for the first quarter of 2024 recorded 24.1 billion ringgit, increased 25.3% year-on-year, while the number of domestic visitors surged 24.6% to reach 213.7 million visitors, compared to the 171.6 million recorded in 2022. Additionally, Uzair stated that domestic visitors spends the most on shopping with a share of 36.3%, followed by food and beverages at 16.3% and purchase of automotive fuel at 13.2%. Selangor emerged as the most visited states in 2023, attracting 27.6 million domestic visitors, followed by Kuala Lumpur and Sarawak, welcoming 22.2 million and 17.9 million domestic visitors, respectively. Notably, the number of domestic tourists visiting Johor witnessed a substantial increase of 42.7%, reaching 8.92 million tourists compared to the previous year at 6.25 million tourists.
Now, Sarawak's achievements in advancing a green economy have captured the attention of global experts and industry leaders. Premier of Sarawak, Dato' Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg, highlighted that the region's hydrogen economy roadmap showcases Sarawak's success in integrating environmental sustainability into its development agenda.
And almost the experts say they were quite surprised with what we have done in hydrogen economy. And they are taking us as an example where the government is committed to reduce emission of carbon, at the same time to preserve the new economy as part of our development agenda.
Even so, Abang Johari said more must be done in order for Sarawak to become a developed state by 2030. This can be achieved by diversifying resources and natural products. The United States seeks to strengthen its relationship with Sarawak and explore potential economic opportunities through joint collaboration. Following a courtesy visit to Sarawak Governor Tun Dr. Wan Junaidi Tuanku Jaafar at the Astana Negeri, U.S. Ambassador to Malaysia Edgar D. Kagan has gained a more positive perspective on Sarawak's initiatives, especially in the green economy.
We had a very good conversation both about the U.S.-Malaysia relationship, but also about the relationship between the United States and the people of Sarawak. And I think he gave me a very good sense of what is happening in Sarawak and also the importance that he places on Sarawak's economic development and prosperity. We talked about, I think, the ways in which we can expand the relationship, and he gave me some very good advice about how the United States should think about the region and the world.
On May 14th, Keegan shared that economic prosperity shared between the US and Sarawak has created more job opportunities for US. He praised Sarawak's efforts to draw in foreign investment, especially from American companies, showcasing an assertive approach in its business pitches. The government of Sarawak, backed by Malaysia's national interests, is actively promoting these opportunities, highlighting the region's readiness to support sustainable investment.
Now, Sarawak Governor Tun Dr. Wan Junaidi Tuanku Jaafar received the instrument of royal invitation to the coronation of the 17th King of Malaysia, His Majesty Sultan Ibrahim. The royal invitation was led by Senior Deputy Secretary General of the Prime Minister's Department, Dato' Awang Alik, during a courtesy call at the Astana Negeri earlier today.
Tujuan kita adalah untuk menyampaikan warkah persilaan sempena pentabalan Kebahagiaan Yang Mulia Seri Paduka Baginda Yang di-Persatuan Agong ke-17 pada 20 Julai.
Sultan Ibrahim took the oath of office as the 17th King of Malaysia on January 31st. Among the events lined up for the King's coronation are the Yasin recital and Doa Selamat at Masjid Negara, Their Majesties the King and Queen's visit to Orang Asli Hospital in Gombak, and the Raja Kita, Our King exhibition at the National Museum.
The Premier of Sarawak, Dato' Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg, emphasised that the success Sarawak enjoys today is a result of a collective effort of its people. He noted that these achievements, realised through unified cooperation, have garnered global attention and acclaim across various economic sectors.
And this harvest is based on the hard work done by us, from the top down to the bottom. And I am very proud to say that the success that we have achieved so far is our collective effort to position Sarawak as the most developed state for the year 2030.
He said this while speaking at the Sarawak's Premier's Department's 2024 Gawai Dayak celebration at the Sarawak State Legislative Assembly building earlier today. Abang Johari added that the development in the region is inspired by the Gawai spirit to achieve a fruitful harvest. He is optimistic that Sarawak will achieve higher revenue this year compared to the previous year's 13.3 billion ringgit.
Sarawak Premier Dato' Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg emphasised that sustainable economic growth and poverty eradication can be achieved through the strategic use of technology and knowledge. He stated that leveraging renewable energy and advanced technologies can significantly reduce poverty rates.
In other words, once your economy is based on cheap energy, then you can fight poverty. Because technology, to me, is a means for you to fight poverty. And it is within SDG. It is within SDG to fight poverty. It must be through technology and awareness of knowledge.
and how you provide the energy.
In his keynote address at the US-Malaysia Clean Tech Forum at the Borneo Convention Centre, Kuching, earlier today, he said the Sarawak government is continuously taking steps to produce a skilled workforce to achieve a high level of technological advancement in Sarawak. One of these steps, he said, is to emphasize proficiency in English as the official state language among Sarawak's youth.
In Sarawak's Legislative Assembly, our small parliament, we use English. And my friend from Venezuela, Malaysia, you still use English? This is colonial language. Then I said, no, it is international language. You go to US, you have to use English. And then you go to any part of the world, you use English. But the question is this is international language, and we are promoting, English at the same time while we command our national language.
Meanwhile, Abang Johari has proposed that ICATS University College introduce an aerospace course as part of its curriculum. He highlighted the significance of the aerospace field, noting its close connection to big data and satellite technology.
He explained that the aerospace industry plays a crucial role in data storage, whether through cloud computing or satellites that transmit the data.
Apa yang perlu sekarang, kita keluarkan tenaga manusia kita yang boleh menguruskan mengenai dengan space tu. Jadi saya minta Universiti ICAT membuat mewujudkan satu kurikulum atau syllabus yang ada hubung kait dengan aerospace.
Abang Johari was met by reporters after attending the US-Malaysia Clean Tech Forum at the Borneo Convention Centre, Kuching, earlier today. He also highlighted Sarawak's strategic advantage of being located on the equator, which is suitable for satellite launches. With the establishment of the aerospace course, Sarawak can maximize its potential and develop critical technological skills for the future.
Bold, brave and kind. Those were the words used by Premier Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg to describe the late Donald Lawan, who passed away at the age of 81. He further added that these qualities made him a natural leader and a successful businessman in the Dayak community.
Saya telah kenal Donald Lawan ketika saya menjadi Menteri Industri dulu. Walaupun beliau sebagai seorang ahli politik, tetapi kebaikan mendiang Donald Lawan ialah dalam mengangkatkan masyarakat Dayak dalam sektor perniagaan. He is a very successful businessman in the Dayak community. Dan setahu saya dia boleh mengambil risiko dalam apa saja bidang yang dia hendak ceburi, tetapi risikonya adalah calculated risk dalam perniagaan dan beliau sangat berjaya.
The most recent meeting he had with the late Donald was when both of them were mulling on a business venture in renewable energy.
Baru-baru ini tadi dia ada jumpa saya. Bahkan beliau sedang memikir mengenai dengan renewable energy. Dan saya rasa bahawa he's very creative in terms of business. Jadi kita kehilangan seorang bukan saja di kalangan masyarakat Dayak tetapi bumi putera yang ada pendekatan hidup yang baiklah, khususnya dalam dunia perniagaan.
Among those in attendance during the memorial were the Speaker of Sarawak State Legislative Assembly, Tan Sri Muhammad Asfia Awang Nasar, and the former Deputy Chief Minister, Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Alfred Jabu Numpang. Earlier, the news of his passing was shared by his son, the Deputy Minister of Tourism, Creative Industry and Performing Arts, Datuk Snowden Lawan, on a Facebook post. According to close families, Donald took his last breath at around 6:38 p.m. on Tuesday due to heart failure. In his younger days, Donald was represented Bukit Bagunan as a state assemblyman Adun after winning the polls under the Sarawak National Party SNAP ticket in the 1987. He was renowned as a successful businessman and also served as political secretary to the Chief Minister of Sarawak before becoming the Bukit Bagunan assemblyman.
Thank you for staying with us. Real estate agents from major markets have reported a variety of factors that make the property market in their countries highly desirable. In a recent exclusive interview with TVS, Yusof Iqbal, Canada's country head broker, revealed that the strong enthusiasm for the market is driven by a significant trend of international migration. In return, this influx of foreign buyers has greatly contributed to the positive outlook of Canada's property market.
Which is coming in. Last year, we had over 500,000 people who came to Canada. And then we had about almost 1 million students who came in here. So what does it mean? What it means is that when you have more people coming in, automatically the pricing for the houses goes up on that. So not only that, there's a lot of shortage of houses as well. We cannot build enough houses and for the demand and supply on it on this. So demand is still very high and the supply is very low on that. So keeping that outlook in mind, what we also expect that the Canada real estate market will continue to grow.
Canada was ranked in the top 3 countries in sales in IQI Global Convention 2024, raking a massive $91.8 million in sales. Yusof noted that other factors include the country's stability, as buyers are more confident about the economy and are willing to invest in prime locations. Meanwhile, Pakistan echoes a similar sentiment, as Chief Executive Officer of IQI Lahore, Gohar Majid, disclosed what most property investors look for in the country.
I am very happy and excited that we have joined the group of IQI International because international real estate market group and one of the fastest growing investment group, property group, not only in Malaysia but throughout the world. Its turnover is very high and having a team of more than 40,000 buyers over there, and especially we have participated from Pakistan, Lahore market, and Lahore market is very progressive and promising. There are so many new projects are coming in Lahore, like there is a project CBD and Ruda, which are for there are projects for IT market and high-rise buildings and with high-tech technology. There are so many lot of opportunities throughout the world for the people to come, and we would like to invite overseas Pakistani to visit Pakistan and have their own participation in the and contribution in the progress and prosperity of Lahore. Yes, on the government level there is cooperation in different segment and parts, but in real estate market I think it's independently depends on the groups and the business nature, but like we have collaborated with IQI Real Estate Market brand of the world as well as from Malaysia, so we become a team and part of IQI Global part from Pakistan, so we are representing Malaysia as well as other than 22 other countries.
Gohar also said that real estate market brand collaborations with other countries, such as Lahore's partnership with Malaysia, also contributed to its value. The top countries in real estate sales also include Australia with $97.4 million and Vietnam with $67 million.
Two Singaporean men were charged at Johor's Magistrate Court for allegedly trafficking 58.6 kilograms of a type of methamphetamine drug, MDMA, on May 29. The charges against Tan Shah Wei, 49, and Ee Chong Kiat, 36, were read in Mandarin before Magistrate R. Salini. No plea was recorded from the defendants as the case falls under the jurisdiction of the High Court.
The men were accused of jointly trafficking the drugs at Jalan Anjong 81, Taman Horizon Hills, Iskandar Puteri at 10:30 p.m. Tan faced 4 additional charges of trafficking and 2 counts of possessing an assortment of other drugs weighing 13.8 kilograms at a condominium on Jalan Mutiara 7 at 6:35 p.m. While E was charged with 1 count each for trafficking and possessing 100.4 grams of MDMA and ketamine at an apartment on Persiaran Bumi Hijau, Taman Molek at 3:40 p.m. The charges for trafficking were brought under Section 39B(1) of the Dangerous Drugs Act 1952, which carries the death penalty or life imprisonment, and, if not sentenced to death, with no less than 15 strokes of the cane upon conviction. As for the possession offences, the charges were framed under Section 12(2) of the Dangerous Drugs Act 1952, which carries a fine not exceeding 100,000 ringgit or imprisonment not exceeding 5 years, or both upon conviction. The court set August 14 for case we mentioned for the submission of the chemist's report. Deputy Public Prosecutor Noor Amirah Aulaudin appeared for the prosecution, while lawyer Noor Afika Hambali represented both accused.
The United Nations investigation has concluded that Israel is committing crime against humanity in Gaza, including acts of extermination. The Independent Commission has determined that Israel is violating both international humanitarian law, IHL, and international human rights law, IHRL.
The commission also reported that the Zionist regime has systematically engaged in murder, gender persecution targeting Palestinian men and boys, forcible transfer and torture, and inhuman and cruel treatment of the civilian population in the Gaza Strip. Israel's government and armed forces permitted, fostered and instigated a campaign of settled violence against Palestinian communities in the territory, committed acts of sexual violence, torture, and inhuman or cruel treatment and outrage upon personal dignity, all of which are indications of war crime. Israel's predictably rejected the conclusions, accusing the UN Commission of systematic anti-Israeli discrimination and anti-Semitism. Israel's permanent representative to UN, Elon Shahar, said that the entity has once again proven that its actions are all in the service of a narrow-led political agenda against Israel. At the same time, the Commission also reported that in the October 7 attack, members of the military wings of Hamas and other Palestinian armed groups, as well as Palestinian civilians, also committed war crimes and violations and abuses of international humanitarian law (IHL) and the international human rights law (IHRL). The report will be presented to the UN Human Rights Council next week.
Earlier today, 6 Palestinians were killed during an Israeli army raid in the northern occupied West Bank village of Garner. The bodies were safely recovered and taken to a morgue where family members and loved ones gathered to grieve their loss.
According to a statement by the Palestinian Health Ministry, the men aged between 21 and 32 were shot by the occupation forces in the town of Kafdan, Jenin district. The Palestinian Red Crescent said it had transported 6 dead people from Kafdan, at least 3 of them from a targeted house. Zionist regime stated it was conducting a counter-terror activity, a statement it has said countless times to a point where it sounds like a broken record. The Israeli army said troops encircled a structure used by Palestinian militants, killing 4 during exchanges of fire and injuring additional ones, while an Israeli Air Force helicopter struck the area of the structure. The statement added that the soldiers had found weapons and a vehicle containing numerous explosives.
See the world closer with TVS as we bring you the latest news updates both locally and internationally. For more headlines, anytime, anywhere, just head on to our official website at tvsarawak.my or follow us on our social media platforms. Those were the updates on TVS Nightline. I'm Handy Gui. Thank you for watching. Have a good night.